you and I had a conversation, this time last month, just around the time the tariffs were announced. And we said that the volatility in the markets were likely to exacerbate, but people shouldn't panic, right? Because, markets tend to overreact. They tend to do a lot of shifting around. And I don't know how much of the shifting around was due to hedge funds taking positions, due to investors going to cash, due to people just having higher levels of uncertainty than previously. It's been quite difficult to read what was driving the market down, but now, of course, it's come back. Is it because Trump is all bluster and rather than real stuff?
The question, is a storm already happened and we're just sort of picking up the pieces now and trying to work out how bad it was and the damage? Or is this the calm before the storm? We're sitting in the eye of the hurricane, so to speak. And, I think by the time we talk again next time, we'll have a much better feel for it. I think there's a whole bunch of things that obviously keep getting pushed out. So it's an announcement of something and then push it out, an announcement of something and push it out, and then take it off. There's obviously the confusion part of it. And that's the part I think is the most dangerous. And the question we're hitting at the moment is there's sort of three stages that you'd expect it to go through on the disruption side of the supply chains and everything. And the first step is the containers stop. So what's coming out of China, they may be still producing it and stockpiling it, but they've stopped sending it on ships, and that part's happened. And we're starting to see that as we speak. Container volumes are really falling away at the major US ports, and we can see from the ships that are in transit, there's no recovery to that. The second part then is you start seeing the truckers and delivery part really start to take a hit, and keeping in mind that that's a pretty reasonable part of the American workforce, and that there's a lot of they're effectively small businesses. They own their own truck or lease it from someone and work for those. So that's still going to be affecting. Plus the retail and holes in the retail shelves for goods, and so that stuff we're going to see over the next 2 or 3 weeks start to play out. And then the final part is if that's then seen as being an ongoing thing, then you start to see the layoffs, and within those industries, they do tend to be sort of industries that employ a lot of people. And so that's where you can see those layoffs happening. So the question is, are we going to go through that, or are we going to get halfway through it and then all of a sudden a bunch of things will get rolled back? And that's what I think the markets are really sort of looking at the moment. But you don't see the layoffs.